Hello. Hey crew, welcome to the Spiritual Social. I'm Lexi, your local light worker. I'm a tarot reader and an astrologer. I'm very happy that you're here with me today. Thank you for being part of my crew. Thank you for listening. Make sure that you like this video, that you subscribe, and that you comment down below and let me know about your experiences with this reading and any further suggestions as to what type of readings you guys might want to see here on my YouTube page. I need to remind you that I have another YouTube channel, Eden, on which I upload request pick a card readings. I also upload Romanian readings because I am Romanian and native speaker, and I also upload meditation and new moon affirmations, so make sure to check that out. I recently started my Patreon page. It has 3 tiers. It is the flirt, the crush, and the lover for exclusive astrological and smutty sensual pick a cards. I also have another alternative to YouTube, Rumble, which gives me a bit more creative freedom, on which I post collective readings that tend to be on any given topic that I feel inspired. Everything I'm mentioning here at the moment are novelties. I'm creating these new services. Actually, my work volume has doubled in the last week because I needed to make these changes following some clashes that I had with YouTube and censorship. But I am really grateful for your suggestions. I just want you guys to know I listened, and if you want to check those other ways in which you can get in touch with me and see my work, everything is always linked in the description box and in the comment section below for your quick access. Okay, all this being said, let's dive into this reading today. It's on the topic of, does your person think of you? Do they fantasize about you? Let's find out the answer to this pressing question. So today I actually have a choice of 3 vintage stickers that are coming from this collection, the Antiquarian Sticker Book Bibliophilia Edition. So this has been kindly gifted to my channel by the beautiful Mariam. She is like the guardian angel of my channel. She always sends us so many gorgeous things that I can then put in your service. I have here for group 1 this eye that pulled me in. So I just opened the book at a random sticker page and I selected the first thing that pulled me in. And for group 1, it is this eye. Or if you want to go by crystal, I have here some yellow jasper. So that's for group 1. Now for group 2, we have this boy with a stick. And we have this snowflake obsidian. And for group 3, we have this volcano and the red jasper. Both the rock has been cracked a little bit and the sticker also got caught up on the next page. So the volcano is a little bit rough here in the part, but maybe this is something interesting. Maybe there's something broken here, a broken heart. Maybe you might want to hear the message from group 3, you know. There could be some really interesting messages pouring through, and I like things that have character, not necessarily things that look perfect. And I hope I don't know, I hope you can tap into that energy too, especially if you feel drawn towards group 3. I have your tarot and oracle cards pre-selected here, so we can dive straight into the messages. If you're curious what oracle cards I'm using, what tarot decks I'm using, everything is placed down below. I also earn a very small commission if you click on the Amazon link. So yeah, buy yourself something sweet, and also you can give me a small sign of support for my channel and for the work I do here if you feel like it. So there are many different options, both free and paid, for you to get in touch with me. I work very hard at providing you guys with a variety of free readings, but also with more exclusive paid options, because I think it's important in this day and age to have a variety of choices and to not feel trapped or blocked or limited in any way. So thank you so much for the support. I hope you have taken some time to look at these 3 options, and if you have made your choice, then let's get to it. Let's find out, my beautiful crew, what is this person thinking and if they fantasize about you. Hey group 1, hello my loves, welcome to a pick a card reading on the topic, does your person think of you? Do they fantasize about you? So this is for those of you that were drawn to this eye. or you might have been drawn to this yellow jasper crystal. It could be that you're dealing with an individual here that enjoys control. They like to look at you. They like to keep an eye on you. This is an individual that could low-key stalk you on social media. My voice is very strange in your reading, which kind of tells me that maybe this person has a very strange voice. Maybe they look very manly, but they have a high-pitched voice. Or they're very feminine, but they have a very low voice. There's something a little bit idiosyncratic about this person's looks. I feel that this person, although is well-intended, they tend to stare at you in a way which you might find weird or slightly creepy. This person might not actually be so self-conscious or self-aware regarding the amount of time that they indulge visually in you. This could be a person that has a beautiful eye shape or a beautiful eye color. You can't stop thinking about their eyes. There's something that just pulls you in. Maybe if you are friends with this person on social media and you might look at their Instagram photographs or TikTok videos, I feel like you're just very drawn towards this person's face and especially their eyes. And I think that this feeling is likewise, it is mutual. The eyes are the windows to the soul. So maybe from the very first moment when you met this person, you had this instant click, a reaction, almost an attraction as well. I know you from somewhere, you're familiar. So that's the initial intuitive message I could get from the choice you made. Let's see what cards you were dealt. So we have here, oh yeah, there we go. We have the soulmate card, and we also have the Tower card. Love at first sight. So this is a very strong push and pull attraction. I want you by my side. I want you to go away from me. It's too much. It's too intense. I'm overwhelmed. I think from the beginning, as I saw it with the sticker, there was an instant soul recognition here. You see, you're like two cats that could look very different on the outside. You could have different fur, different colors, but in reality you just want to be together. You just want to bind. You want to, hug this person, be with this person, wake up next to them, do a lot of things throughout the day, maybe even come home to them. You're eating from the same bowl, so there are a lot of things that you have in common with this individual. A true soulmate connection, true love at first sight. I think that this person didn't believe what hit them when they saw you. They were completely shocked. It's almost as if this Cupid's arrow manifested itself like Thor's hammer. It was like something really, really powerful that shook them, from the inside. So I feel that one of you is quite dominant in this connection, quite obsessive. They want their way, or they completely strop out. Maybe they might need to do some growing up. I feel that this is the masculine, or the one that identifies with this masculine energy, because we have the Tower, which is a Mars card. And the Cups energy talks about Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, minor arcana. It is not really the high and idealistic love of the lovers. That is a fated kind of connection. That is the Garden of Eden card. This is more like, I feel that for the majority of you, this talks about a past life romance, a person that in a past life had some unfinished business with you and you both reincarnated to fall in love with each other in this reality and pay back some karma, melt away some of the negative consequences of your past actions. So this love purifies negativity. This love could potentially save one of each other's souls, if not both of your souls, from a potentially painful future reincarnation. Okay, let's see right now the oracle cards that you were given. We have here Sapphire. So again, dark blue, 444 when I said that. Spiritual foundations, baby. Sapphire blue, dark blue, deep electric blue. The blue that you see sometimes in the photos of the planet Neptune. If you have a look at NASA Neptune photos, Google that and come back to this reading and have a look at this sapphire crystal. So the hidden message is easy does it. okay? There's no need to push, there's no need to rush, there's no need to play your cards all at once. Try not to send this try not to send this person a naked photo of you, okay? Keep it cool, keep it classy, because the advice is your health, happiness, and abundance require a gentle approach to life and work. One of you is incredibly anxious. One of you wants some sort of confirmation all the time. Where's this connection going? Do you like me? Is everything good? And the other one feels very tempted to deny you that very thing that you want. If this is you, if you are the one that is a little bit anxious, that is seeking some validation in this connection, then the other person will do exactly the opposite of what you want them to do. It's because of this pushing. The moment when you ease out of this energy, the moment when you calm yourself, you take a breath, you take a seat back, you know, you let your hair down, you do your nails, that's the moment when everything works out exactly as you want them to. I'm filming this reading under a sky where we have Jupiter and Neptune in Pisces. And if you guys are familiar with Piscean energy, Pisceans usually get what they want when they don't push. They don't push, they don't force, they don't control. They visualize, they feel incredibly connected to a higher power, they have faith, launching their idea into the unknown, and then the divine takes care to bring it to them. So if you are Piscean, or you're having your Jupiter return in Pisces, or Neptune in Pisces is strongly affecting one of your personal planets in your birth chart, this could be the energy that you need to work with at the moment. It's spiritualizing you. It's not meant to frustrate you, it's not meant to make you feel bad. So the answer to the question that you came here for, because I think some of you could be like, why are you talking about me? I came here to find out about my person. The answer, if your person is thinking of you, yes, with an exclamation mark. And do they fantasize about you? They're trying not to. They're trying not to because I feel like this person perceives you as needy or clingy. So I'm not saying this is how you are. I'm saying that this is how this individual that you're thinking of at the moment and that you're here for thinks of you at this point in time. Let's pull more cards to see. The self. Okay, so we can see very clearly here that this person tends to be a little bit self-absorbed, okay? They tend to be very focused on the things in their own life, their projects, their goals, what they're gonna eat, what they're gonna do. It's a lot about them at the moment. Maybe this person needs to focus on themselves, or maybe they're going through a period where they could be having the transit of a major planet such as Uranus, Pluto in the 7th house. They need to focus on themselves, to analyze their past actions in order to understand how to behave with others, what role they need to play in their personal connections. So it's not always a bad thing that a person thinks about themselves, but obviously you're here asking about them thinking of you, and you could perceive it as, oh, it's a negative, I'm so bummed that this person isn't thinking of me, they're thinking of themselves. I would refrain from judging them. You guys know that judging other people is just us projecting our own internal conflicts onto others. So it's better for your own peace of mind, and it's better for this person's peace of mind to go slow, to be patient. I feel like this person would think about you more if you would give them some space to think about you. If you're constantly sliding in their DMs, if you're constantly hitting them up or sending them provocative photos just to get a reaction, this person is going to give you like, you know, white noise, nothing. But if you make yourself a little bit more mysterious, more precious to the eye, yeah, because this person keeps a very strong eye on you, then you're going to entice them to come out of their cave, of their seclusion, and they're going to feel super attracted towards you. Because there is nothing more attractive than a person who feels solid and stable within themselves. And if you're struggling a little bit to achieve this state, you would do well to copy your person and just focus on yourself for a while. Okay? So, let's see. Do they fantasize about you? They fantasize about, like, their fantasies are very mental, they're very rational. They fantasize about finding out what makes you tick, finding out what your triggers are, what your weak spots are, what your sweet spots are. They're thinking about, as you can see, these individuals, they do look like they're nude, but there's a lot of machinery in between them, and there are a lot of images of other women, and this man is looking at them and kind of projecting a lot of things onto the image of this woman. So this person at the moment is reflecting on the previous connections that they have had, on the people that they have loved, that they were intimate with, and they're kind of comparing you to them. I know this is not really the most ideal situation in a connection, but this is where your person's headspace is in at the moment. So we see here an individual that is creating films in their mind regarding your connection. If you feel that this person communicates with you in a very weird way, if you feel like they promise to do something and then they kind of back away. First of all, you need to keep in mind that Mars is currently retrograde, so masculine energy is not at all forthcoming. It's more diluted, more mysterious, more lazy, more prone to procrastination in this period. We all collectively, with Mars retrograde, tend to internalize a lot of things rather than to actually go out into the world and do them with other people. So it's a natural energy. It will disappear in January, and things are going to get back to some sort of more expressive order. But up until then, I see this person is in their head. Mars is in Gemini. Gemini is a very cerebral sign. It's all about the mind and the possibilities of the mind. And it's about comparing two things, having two things constantly on your mind, keeping that duality, that contradiction in your mind, entertaining yourself with, what if this could be possible? What if I do that? But what if I experiment with this? That's Geminian air energy in the sign of motivation, sexuality, ambition, and willpower, Mars. And we had Mars here. So you can see that I feel like this individual is normally quite passionate, quite a person full of virility. And even if they're a woman that is a doer, you know, a go-getter, a competitor, almost like an Amazon, a fighter. But in this period, this energy is like, it's all in the mind. It's all about comparing the past with the present. So I would say that this person, even if they fantasize about you, they're very detached from the fantasy, almost like they see you up on a cloud. They're not very turned on or hot and bothered. So I'm sorry to say this, but I will tell you what I see in the cards. I do feel that this is a temporary kind of energy, so don't despair, okay? I will create another check-in at a later point, so maybe you might want to get in touch and watch that. Thank you so much for listening, Group 1. I hope you have enjoyed this reading. Make sure to like this video, subscribe, and comment down below. I always love to read your comments, so please tell me your story. Ciao. Hey Group 2, hello my loves. Welcome to a reading on the topic of, does your person think of you? Do they fantasize about you? Let's find out. So I have here the sticker that you were drawn towards. This is the boy playing with a stick. Or you could have been drawn to the snowflake obsidian. So I see here diversity, I see variety, I see a person that likes to try out a variety of different romantic experiences. I see a person that has a lot of confidence that stems from having a very good body maybe, or just knowing that they're very good in the bedroom. And this kind of increases their sense of self-worth and self-esteem. Eva Illouz had a really beautiful term for it, sexual capital, in sociology, if you're interested about that. People building their sexual capital through the sexual conquests that they have on the modern market of dating. Anyway, that small sociological tidbit aside, maybe this person is an academic, or you are an academic and you're drawn towards the world of thinking, the world of ideas. I feel like this individual as well could have some very loose boundaries, because I do apologize for what I'm about to do. Yeah, my lip gloss was kind of entering my mouth. So there's a feeling here that this individual could be a little bit loose, Maybe they might like to explore their options to an unhealthy degree. And when I say unhealthy degree, it's like they end up being depleted of energy because they keep they keep responding to opportunities for fast and intense hookups. And I think I mispronounced that word, because for some of you, this could be a person that is not a native English speaker. This could be maybe a person that comes from, I'm hearing a variety of different things, Spain, Mexico, Korea. I'm also hearing Australia, and in some cases, Azerbaijan. These are South Africa, Bahamas, and something with Palma. These are the things that just came through. Okay, so that might just apply for a very select group of you. If you are curious about something more specific, get in touch with me for a personal reading. But let's get on with your reading. So the Snowflake Obsidian tells me of an individual that can be easily distracted by all that's glitzy and shiny. I think that this individual is actually quite pure-hearted, but because they are pure-hearted and excited and adventurous, they tend to jump from flower to flower. Let's see the cards that you were dealt. Okay, so we have here, yeah, the Six of Wands. You see, this is a cat playing with all these pretty shiny soft balls, yeah? So again, this is an individual that they think of you, but there are many other people that they're thinking of as well. This is an individual that is normally a conqueror in the bed sheets, a person that always sees you to completion, an individual that likes to have fun, is playful, makes you laugh, makes you have a good time, but doesn't promise more than that. We have fire energy, and you know, guys, fire tends to burn for a while, but eventually it will extinguish. It's not something that you can build a solid foundation upon. You need some earth, you might need some air in order to keep the fire stoking. It's just, I feel like this is an individual that can give you a really good time, and if you are looking for that, great, accept it, you know. I mean, you're gonna have a memorable night out with this individual. But aside from that, I'm very tempted to say that this is not more. I mean, there's not more than meets the eye in this case. This person is exactly who you think that they are and who they are telling you that they are. There's no point in trying to create an idealistic story of you rescuing them, of you changing them. Usually trying to change people is a futile endeavor, so I wouldn't recommend it to anyone. The only ones that we can truly have power to change is ourselves. So I see very clearly here that this is a person that thinks of you in a positive, friendly way, but also might see you as one of their many options. Let's see the next card. We have the Star. However, you have potential for something more. You clearly are, I think, one of the most intelligent or good-looking or funny individual that they've met, and I think that you are. If you're part of my soul family, I'm really happy to have you. And I think that this person is ready to kind of pay more attention to you. There is the energy of feeling quite hopeful that the connection that they have with you is going to turn into something more elegant, more refined, more pure-hearted, more stable. I mean, the Star is not really the most stable energy as well. This looks at the moment like it's a connection that is purely soulful, purely idealistic, purely about what we imagine we can have, you know. For some of you, this could be somebody that you're fantasizing about and you're not able to be close to. It could be a celebrity, it could be somebody that is no longer in your life, but you keep them in your heart. For others of you, this is a person that you might have recently met, and they promise a lot. They seem a little bit too good to be true. They have the superstar quality about them. They like you. You really turn them on. They think of you. They have these positive ideas about you and them, but it's not stable. This is not something long-term committed. And unfortunately, I don't really see here a lot of feelings. This is more about admiration, sexual attraction, physical lust, victory, finding somebody that could share the same type of humor in common with you, somebody that might enjoy the same kind of things. You know, it's kind of like, I admire you, you admire me. There could be something here that could be more, but I think that for the time being, I'm better off keeping you as my ally, as my business associate, as a person that I work with and that brings me certain benefits, or it might bring me certain clout, notoriety. But I think that if you're wondering whether you should take the leap, for those of you who are in the situation, and if you're wondering if you should take the leap with a friend or somebody that you work with into something more intimate, I would say be mindful. It might not be the best decision in this period, okay? The desire is powerful, yeah, there's a lot of lust, but let's see what the other cards have to say. So what do we have here? The gardener. Okay, so this is something that you need to work on. This is a connection that you need to work on. And I do stand by what I said earlier, not by changing this individual, but by bringing a lot of positive energy into it, by kind of orchestrating a series of events where you can spend a lot of time with this person. Like, if you want them to stand, if you want to stand out of the many options that this person has, you need to spend a lot of time with them. You need to become somehow invaluable to them. You might need to show them that they need you. You know, that's one of the strategies. Get very close to them, listen to their deepest secrets, do something for them that nobody else would do. And I'm not talking here about romantic and, you know, intimate things necessarily, but help them out with something, you know, promote them if you can, give them some really cool advice. I think that this person will genuinely appreciate it, because I think a lot of people use them physically. They might be very good looking, but a lot of the people in their lives are mostly sycophants, people that just say something pleasing in order to get in this person's life, to maybe even end up sleeping with them, but then they drop them after the event happened. So this could be a case of a poor little rich boy, poor little rich girl, right? Or a drop dead gorgeous individual that suffers from not being seen as a human being, but kind of treated more as an object of desire. And I think that with the gardener here, this talks about potential. So this connection has potential to turn into something more. Do they think of you? Yes. Do they fantasize about you? I'm not exactly getting a clear answer. I just heard like a small kind of tire exploding, I would say. I hope it was a tire exploding and not something else. My hair is a little bit crazy in this reading. Sorry about that. So yeah, hair, sexuality. I think that their energy is a little bit too dispersed to fantasize only about you. I think this is the kind of person that does a lot of things in their life, and when they come home and they put their head on the pillow, they just fall asleep. This is not really a romantic individual. Let's see. We have here Moldavite. Yeah, and we have the keyword unconventionality. See all this green. This person is very attractive, very abundant, very warm-hearted as well. So they could be that beautiful combination of looks but heart, intuition, but also drop that gorgeousness, you know. I see that the underlining keywords here are your unique qualities are an important part of your life purpose. It's okay to feel and be different from others. So there's something quite unorthodox, quite unconventional, quite off the beaten track with you guys. There could be an age difference. There could be, this could be like a mixed race connection. There could be something about maybe one of you lives in one country, the other one has to travel to see their partner. I'm not getting a very strong fantasizing energy, unfortunately. I am getting that they're thinking of you, and they're thinking of you as a person that can help them, a person that is reliable. So you might as well just jump into that role, because paradoxically you might be thinking, oh, I don't want to be just like their assistant, you know. But this is how you will get this person. This is how you will be next to this person for the long term, if this is what you want. So I feel that not yet. I think that this could be the decisive answer in this question. They're not yet fantasizing about you so intensely. There is desire, but this person is a little bit distracted. They have a lot of options, a lot of people around them that vie for their attention, especially romantically, physically. This person is on demand. And it's not that this person is a player. They don't just sleep around and kind of have these negative intentions, like I have a nihilistic mindset that love doesn't exist and I'm just going to screw around until I get old and tired. No, this person, on the contrary, is just very good looking, very attractive, and they have opportunities, and they could be quite young, or at the young phase of their life, and they're like, yeah, sure, why limit myself, you know, let's just see where things go, you know. So I'm not getting a negative energy. I'm not getting that this person is sharing their energy in a vengeful way. This is more an individual that is just lucky to have these qualities, and people keep being drawn to them. They could have Jupiter in the 8th house, Jupiter conjunct Venus, Venus conjunct Mars. These are some of the markers that make a person very, very attractive. Yeah, a lot of planets in the 8th house as well. So I see here that an unconventional approach is going to get this person to get you out of the relative friend zone into their lust zone, if this is what you want. But if you want like something more long-term, stable and committed, spend a lot of time next to them, be in their face, help them out, okay? And gradually you will see how this role of helper, of assistant, is going to put you on a pedestal. Is going to be maybe the role that will transform from assistant into wife or partner or spouse or, you know, husband. So keep persevering, okay? Now, we also have here this energy, and I'm kind of getting that this person feels you in their heart space. This is not so much about the lust part. Maybe you want them to fantasize intensely about you, to desire you until it hurts them. But I actually think you're getting something much better here. This person holds you in their heart. So if they were to fantasize about you, they would think about, oh, I love spending time with group 2, you know? I love spending time with them. They're just like, they're so cool and so warm and so thoughtful. So I would say that this person has the potential to fall in love with you. They see you as a divine being, somebody that is blessed to have entered their life. They need you. They need you more than you think that they do. And you have something much more valuable than other people to bring to their connection. So I would say don't give up, you know. This person thinks of you among many other options. They don't yet fantasize about you in that way, but they hold you in their heart and they need you. And if you make yourself like a helper to them, you have the potential to actually reach like the first position in the line of people that sits and waits for this person to look at them, spend time with them, you know. And I think that's not something to be ashamed of. That's not something you should get angry on. If this kind of energy triggers you, you might want to think a little bit about why do you feel drawn towards these individuals in the first place, you know. There's something there. I mean, our attractions are always mirroring certain aspects in ourselves that we find uncomfortable to acknowledge. Yeah, it happens to me all the time, you know. It happens to other spiritual teachers, tarot readers. Nobody is exempt from this kind of self-analysis. It's part of the process of being here, incarnate. So I would say that this is the answer to the questions for this reading. Thank you so much for listening. Make sure to like this video, make sure to subscribe, make sure to comment down below, because I love to read your stories, so please share them with me. Take care. Bye. Hey group 3, hello my loves. Welcome to a pick a card reading on the topic of, does your person think of you? Do they fantasize about you? So this is for those of you that were drawn to this volcano. It's a little bit torn here, the sticker. So I can see somebody that's very passionate, somebody that is prone to reacting on the spot, a person that could like to exaggerate, to be a little bit dramatic, a person that could find it difficult to keep their emotions under control, in check, it's also somebody that tends to build up emotion, and then inevitably it needs to come out. Yeah, so there might have been maybe a separation, maybe a really nasty fallout between you and this person, something that led to a tearing of some kind. I hope it was just the tearing of the relationship and not something more violent that happened between the two of you. I do hope so. I hope you're protected. I'm looking for the crystal as well because I couldn't see it because the hair is in my face. This is the crystal that you might have been drawn towards. Again, it's reddish, it's grounding, but it's also speaking about passion. It's the color of the sanguine system. So this person can be quite, you could feel the blood boiling under their skin. This person could come from a warm country, or might just be part of a family of people that are very expressive, and you know, somebody that just feels something and then they let you know. This stone was also cracked, so again we're seeing cracks in the surface of this connection. I feel that some of you are wondering whether your person is in their right state of mind. I feel that some of you might have challenged or questioned this person's mental health, and I think it's predominantly because you saw them behave in a rather choleric kind of way, a little bit explosive. This person could have Moon conjunct Jupiter, Moon Mars aspects, maybe Moon square Mars. There is an energy of somebody that tends to act very quickly when they are emotionally aroused or excited by certain events. And this arousal can happen in a positive way. They could feel really romantic or really happy, or in a negative way. They could feel irritated, or they could feel like somebody's out to get them, so they feel the need to instantly retaliate. Now let's see the tarot cards that you got. We have here, okay, we have the Four of Swords, the need to rest. Does this person think of you? Yes, but they are trying to have more peaceful thoughts regarding this connection. They're trying to sleep, they're trying to be calm, maybe they're doing some breathing exercises, maybe they're trying to be mindful. I feel like I'm reading for a group of you that had a recent fallout, an argument. There were tears, there were words said in anger, and I genuinely hope that there weren't any physical kind of nasty aspects, but I believe that this is a connection with somebody that blew a fuse with you in your last conversation or interaction. We have here as well the Seven of Wands. This person won't give up on you, okay? It was 3:33 when I looked at the recording time. My nose is itching, spirit is present. You guys need to change the way you talk to each other, honestly. This is not going to move forward if you're not going to be more compassionate in your speech. Maybe explain things rather than just write short sentences. You know, words of politeness, formalities have been created with a certain specific reason, and that reason is to transmit good energy. When you say words such as please, thank you, may I, these words serve as some sort of social glue. If you just give commands to the other person and you forget to say please, thank you, or use forms of politeness, it comes across as really aggressive. I know that in our day and age we tend to just rely more on sarcasm, and we sometimes just want a quick reply to something. But I notice even in the people around me that are my relatives, my friends, not only people that I work with, there is this lack of attention and lack of politeness. It's like communication becomes very thin, very fast, and very commanding, and this leads to connections that are not really wholesome and enjoyable and positive. It leads to these energies of I'd rather not pick up the phone anymore because I know the kind of energy I'm getting in touch with. So I'm not sure necessarily if this is your energy. It could be your person's energy. They might be the volcano, but I'm reading here for a group of people. So I think a couple. You might be part of a group of people where you are thinking about somebody that you're crushing on, but then there are other people involved. I think those of you that have chosen this group could be bisexual, or you could be thinking about having a sort of polygamous relationship. You might not necessarily be into monogamy, and that's okay. You do you, okay? It's 2022. People should be allowed to love whom and what they want, as long as it's legal, you know, it's fine with me. So I feel that there is a need to rest, a need to quiet down conversation for the time being. This person is thinking of you, definitely. I would say even day and night, but they're trying to think of you in a more positive way. I think that paradoxically, this conflict that you guys had, this eruption of emotions that you see here in this vintage sticker, was benefic for you. It was actually quite good for you. You were meant to go through this. There were too many pent-up feelings, emotions that led to build-up resentment, and you guys were passive-aggressive with each other. And sometimes it's better to just be outright aggressive, preferably just in words rather than physically with somebody, to just release some of that feeling of anger or dissatisfaction. I am not a proponent of the idea that you should not be at all verbally aggressive with people, you shouldn't be at all physically aggressive. Aggression is something quite natural in ourselves because we are part human, part animal, and we have to find a way to release it. And it's better to put it into words sometimes than to actually strike somebody. Yeah, that's something you can't go back from. But words, they are something that can sometimes hurt and cut us. That's true. They can mark us for life. But they also have a way of repairing situations. We can also repair situations, go back, use words to ask for a person's forgiveness, to create a feeling of mercy and compassion in a personal connection. I mean, it was Sigmund Freud who said that the moment when somebody decided to speak instead of strike, that was the beginning of civilization. So it's a bit weird how we are censoring our speech nowadays, because inevitably this kind of attitude of censoring speech will lead to more aggressive physical forms of expressing that emotion that is not going to leave us. We are not going to stop feeling angry overnight. So I feel that anger in this situation was an indication that your boundaries were trespassed, or your person's boundaries were trespassed. There was the emotional outburst, and now you guys, I feel you can have a connection that is a bit more stable, more perseverant and determined, and a bit more peaceful. Because now everything is out in the open. You're not going to sit around and wonder, how is this person truly feeling for me? You know it because they told you in a very loud and proud way, I would say. You got 2 cards, so I would say that maybe this person's anger was stoked by the fact that you were entertaining 2 options, or they believe that you are entertaining 2 options. Maybe you're not at all interested in somebody else. We have here the Scientist, and this is Aquarius energy. And we also have here the Alchemist, and this is Scorpio energy. So 2 very different energies. Both of them are stable signs. One of them is water, the other one air. One of them feels things more, and the other one is a big thinker, almost to the point of being an overthinker. So I noticed in reality, in everyday life, that Scorpios tend to be quite attracted to Aquarians because they're very beautiful and rebellious, and Scorpio love people who challenge the status quo. But if they get into a connection, they're going to suffer so deeply because Scorpio needs intimacy and Aquarius would do anything but focus on intimacy. Aquarius is more about the sign of, the hive mind, social group, sharing your energy with everybody, while these kind of attitudes really hurt a Scorpio who likes to keep things private, secretive, just between you and me, So there's an inherent contradiction here between these 2 individuals. It could be you and the person you're thinking of, or it could be you having to make a choice between these 2 individuals, the Scientist and the Alchemist. Somebody that is potentially a very good lover and somebody who is a very good thinker. And you don't know which one to choose because maybe you want to be with both of these energies in your life. You feel that both of them represent you. Let's see. You got the most cards, group 3, so I'm not sure what's happening here. You got the most charged energy, the most broken things, and also the most cards. We have here as well clear quartz, and it is sitting next to watermelon tourmaline. Oh, I love this. I'm going to have to purchase a watermelon tourmaline soon because I love this energy. I think that this could be some sort of connection where you guys could be part of an LGBTQ group. Maybe some of you began as having this open-minded, community-based connection, and then some of you fell in love with another person. I'm getting like a lot of people are involved in this connection. That's why there are so many cards. And I see here the rainbow, so this always makes me think of the LGBTQ community, which I support and am fond of, even though I am heterosexual myself. So I see here a person that is trying to reduce stress, exactly as I mentioned at the beginning. So the volcano that erupted has now transformed into this peaceful Four of Swords energy. And this is, I mean, in the traditional Rider-Waite, this is the coffin card, right? So it's so peaceful, it's gone dead. Not to say that there is somebody here that is hurting or is on the brink of dying. I generally hope that nobody in this connection has any health problems. I'm not picking up on something traumatic or grave. Grave, oh, okay, that's a joke, sorry about that. But I feel that this is a period where both parties, in order to come back together with better energy, need to simmer down a little bit, yeah? Distress your mind, body, and schedule as you need to rest, recharge, and revise, okay? So a strategy that was adopted in handling whatever complexity you were dealing with in love, either a choice between two individuals, or falling in love with your best friend, or having to share your romantic partner with somebody else, whatever was the case, I feel that right now everybody needed to cool down. The words were spoken, actions were taken, and now everybody is retreating to reconsider what has happened. And then clear quartz is coming through, which is the supreme card of cleansing and changing the energy. Let yourself feel all of your emotions. Your entire rainbow spectrum of feelings is sending you important messages and guidance. So this applies, as I said at the beginning, to those of you who could be in LGBTQ connections. You could be part of a community. You might have shared your romantic partners, but now one of you wants to become exclusive just with one person. And it's stirring up a lot of weird emotions in everybody involved. For others of you, this could be a heterosexual coupling. You have to make a choice between two people, but you are feeling very strongly for both of them. They're both quite powerful individuals here, very fixed, very stubborn, yeah, Aquarius and Scorpio energy predominantly. And I feel that it's okay for you to allow your feelings to guide you, even if there was this emotional outburst, this emotional explosion. That's okay. Don't be afraid of your feelings. Sometimes we go through these more passionate periods in our life, especially if you have Pluto transiting over your moon. If you have a transit of Mars, maybe Mars in Gemini retrograde is really affecting your natal moon. That's okay to feel a little bit charged up. Now, do they fantasize about you? I think that they want what's best for you. They want you to heal. They want you to feel comfortable, content. The fantasy here is about not harming you. The fantasy here is about bringing you a lot of peace of mind, a lot of serenity. You see the image, right? It's so beautiful. And she's floating. And there is water. Water is supremely cleansing. She's looking at her reflection in the water. What has she become? We have time here. What has she become in time? I feel this is the fantasy, reflecting upon how relationships impact you, and understanding that in these conflicts there could be something inside of you that might be soliciting this passionate response from the other person. It's not just their own projection. So I feel like I'm reading here for a very complex situation. I'd be really curious to hear if this resonates in any way with you guys. So make sure to like this video, subscribe, and comment down below and share your story with me. I love to hear what you guys have to say. So this is the reading that I had for you. If you want to get in touch with something more specific, consider a personal reading. If not, then I can't wait to see you in my next free reading. Mwah.